At the Wembley Stadium, over 70,000 football fans watched the international friendly match between England and Nigeria. The English team controlled play in the first half, while the Super Eagles bounced back in the second.
We changed also 4 players. Unfortunately, in the World Cup, we cannot change 4 players if it's bad in the first half. But the players who came in did very well, and we saw a different second half.
Nigerian football fans gave good support to their team, but want the Eagles to improve before heading to Russia.
I think they need a little bit of an improvement in some side. Like, for instance, the midfield needs to be worked out a lot better. Defense, I think our defense is still a bit shaky. Then, midfield. The only person I can see that is really experienced in the midfield is Mikel.
London's mission has been accomplished. For the Super Eagles, it's time to move on and work out strategies for a good outing at the World Cup. Nigerian football fans that watched the friendly match against England believe there's quality in this Super Eagles team. The team is off to Austria for another friendly match against Czech Republic. All is in a bid to give the country a good representation at the World Cup in Russia. From the Wembley Stadium in London, Austin Okonakpan, Channels Television News.
And Austin is still in London. He will be joining us this morning to talk about the game against England. Of course, we still have Godwin Dudu-Urume in the studio right here. Austin, you saw that game live. We saw what happened in the first half. The Super Eagles were a bit heavy. But second half, somehow, they woke up. And, of course, they tried to take the game, but somehow it just wasn't enough. What do you make of it?
Good morning, Cecilia. Good morning, Tayo. Also good to have Godwin Dudu-Urume in the studio. Good morning. It was a good match. I think it was a good test match for both sides. I spoke to Gary Cahill after the match, and he confirmed that it was a good test match for the Three Lions of England. And, of course, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We're beginning to see some tactical approach from the technical crew led by Geno Raw. So they played a bad first half and got better in the second half. So you cannot completely come out now and say that the Super Eagles are bad from start to finish. Yes, fans want more. Yes, you would want to see a better play now that the World Cup is fast approaching. But remember, that's what you do with friendly games. So the technical crew, they're looking at, ways to, cross the T's, dot the I's. Before Russia comes, we saw some stability in the defense, played the Oyibo world that we know. Shehu Abdullahi was introduced, says Elderson Echejile sit on the bench. Let's see Brian Idowu, some more. Midfield, we've been having so much talks, too much quality. That's why we're having those talks. People believe Joel Obi shouldn't be part of the mix. Other persons believe Ogenyo Nazi isn't playing to the best of his ability. But, hey, we can always use his experience. In all, this Wembley mission is done. They are now in Austria. Let's see what they can do with that match against Czech Republic.
Okay, that's what we'll wait and see if they can really improve on that. Well, Austin, thank you so much for joining us this morning and finding time to just be with us this morning. Thank you. All right, we still have Godwin Dudu-Urume in the studio now. He was talking about the England game, and that's where we're going to really talk what we're going to talk about now. The game against England. What did you make of that game in a whole, from the first half to the second half?
Well, there's an old advert that says football is a game of two halves. Okay. That game confirmed it. We had a very scary first half, and the coaches did the needful at halftime, and we came back. There was plenty of pressure on the defense, which I put down to the weakness of the defensive midfielders on the day. Oge wasn't doing enough. And Shehu Abdullahi, unfortunately, had an off day. And it was quite serious in the first half. I worried greatly about the way played. But obviously the coaches were watching the game and did the needful at halftime when they brought in Etebo and Ogu. And those guys came in and remedied the situation, breaking down England attack, and we had more possession. The Super Eagles came back in the second half, creditably, and I hope that the coaches have learned a thing or two. Yes, it's friendly, but it's also a match with bragging rights. It would have been nice to beat England, though they are just as young as our team, but they're the more experienced side. They played longer together than the Eagles, so give it to them. Second half showing, like they did against Argentina in the friendly game, 2-0 down in the first half, came back to win the game. There's a lot to look forward to.
A whole lot to look forward to, especially the game against Czech
Republic. Yeah,
as Austin mentioned.
Yeah, definitely. That's the game to look forward to right now as well. I think I'm afraid that's why we have to call it a day. Thank you for coming on the show. Hopefully we can get you here for game 1, June 16th.
Not a problem.
Okay, thank you. We need to go on this break now. Quick time out. Let's take post-match reaction from Mikel Obi after that game against England.
Well, we had two situations where players collided together, but these things have happened. I think, obviously, we still need to work more on our communication. Like the coach rightly said, we still have a lot to do. We still have a lot to improve on. When we push out, we need to push out together. We need to stay all these things, this communication, we need to know exactly what to do, but I think in the second half we did a lot better. We changed the game and we played the way we want to play, to have the ball, to keep the ball. I think it was much better in the second half.
Ten days to the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia. The wait is nearly over. Chinasai Boy joins us on the segment now to talk about the NBA playoffs. Before we go into the NBA playoffs, we'd like to get your own thoughts. Chinasai, good morning.
Good morning, Tayo.
It's great to have you.
Good morning,
quick thoughts on that match between Nigeria and England.
Good game, preparatory game. Of course, we were able to see some flaws, and so we know what we'll work with and what we'll try and improve heading into the other game against Czech Republic on Wednesday. Then after that, we're ready for the World Cup.
Yeah.
I'm also happy that we'll now have our 23-man list. So we'll
no issues with the list at all.
Yeah. We'll all have issues, but let's move on.
Okay, the list is the list.
Let's talk about the NBA right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where we go now. What a match it was between the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. That was in the final early this morning, Nigerian time. That score line, in case you missed it, it ended 122-103 in favor of the Warriors. That's game 2, and the Warriors now lead the series 2-0. Chinasai, the first game 1, was a lot dramatic and was a lot competitive. This time around, it wasn't even close. The Warriors never trailed in this game.
Yeah, they never trailed, but it's not. I think it was closer than the scoreline suggests.
How so?
Yeah, watching the game at some points in the third quarter where the Warriors normally make their runs,
okay,
it was still they had cut down to within 6. But the turning point of that game came when after getting down to 6, Stephen Curry hits 2 3-pointers, and so from then
extended
on,
lead,
it became so fourth time was almost garbage time and everything. But hey, I was expecting this after what we saw in the first game, where Cleveland blew the opportunity to get one game in Oakland. So let's see what happens. I was predicting before the finals. I said it will be over in 5, at most 6.
Yeah.
But after what Cleveland showed in the first game, and apparently, if J.R. Smith can come to the party, J.R. Smith is a fantastic shooter, but he's tricky. And
he can get hot.
He's tricky, he can get hot, and if he doesn't shoot, if he doesn't get in, he will get cold. So because looking at the team, it's only LeBron and Kevin Love that have been doing all the business. First game, LeBron had 51, Kevin had I think 21. Yesterday, Kevin had 22, LeBron had 29. So other team members need to come to the party, and they need to make sure they defend home court, in the next 2 games starting on Wednesday night.
Wednesday.
So they need, at least if they can get 2 games at home, then we might be in for a series. But if
they lose one,
then I think the final game will be in Oakland in 5.
Okay, let's quickly look at the main actors, the main protagonists on the night. And surprise, surprise, we're not surprised actually. Steph Curry was the man for the Golden State Warriors on the night. 33 points, and that included 9 3-pointers. That's just ridiculous numbers.
Finals record.
That's a record. Fantastic. 7 rebounds and 8 assists to boot as well. While for LeBron James, he had 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 13 assists. Another good outing by the King, but obviously not enough.
You know the funny thing, looking at the stats, the King would have had more assists if his teammates, because they were getting very open shots, open looks, and they were missing it, you know, because LeBron was facilitating, trying and get these guys going, but it just didn't happen for them. Stephen Curry breaking a record that was previously held by Ray Allen, you know, 8 3-pointers in the final. So we all expected Steph to come hot at some point or the other. The only reason why I think this game might even go to a game 5, game 6 is because Iguodala is not playing, and because Iguodala is the person that can actually be some sort of defender or against James. So yeah, let's see how it goes. If Cavs can hold their own home court, then we'll be in for a series.
All right, let's get a reaction from the Warriors now, talking about this game. Remember, the last time we talked to Steve Kerr, he talked about the fact that they didn't bring in everything. They brought in everything in this one.
In that situation, I was trying to get some space. I thought I had a layup at first, and I fumbled the ball, and then tried to see where the defense was, and Kevin Love was right on me, and I actually lost a dribble for a hot second, and the only way to get a shot was to keep going back. And I mean, I try all sorts of shots at some point or another, but at that point, it's just feel and let it go, and thankfully it went in. And a big moment where we had a significant lead, we could extend it a little bit and create some separation down the stretch, and it was a cool moment for sure.
Yeah, we played really well tonight. You know, there were a few things that bothered us in the second half. A few defensive breakdowns we'll take a look at on film, but overall it was a really good balanced game. Good defense, good intense defense, and excellent offense. So yeah, we're happy with the way we played, but we know this is it's just getting started.
We're extremely focused. This team has been down 2-0 in the last series and came back to win it. So it's nothing to feel happy about being up 2-0. This team plays great at home, and we expect their other guys to even play better at home too, not just LeBron. So we're not going to relax at all, because this team's been down and out before and counted out by the media. And we're not going to focus on that. We're just going to focus on what we can do to win Game 3.
That's it. Just try and win Game 3 in Cleveland on Wednesday, and that's still know that they're setting that pace already. After what happened to Boston Celtics, they're not celebrating yet. Steph Curry and his stats.
Oh, Steph Curry. I mean, I'm not too sure how many people will debate that Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. We're going to see some numbers now to back Steph Curry up in terms of when it comes to his 3-point shooting. Chinasa, is there anyone better than this guy? Have you seen anyone better than this guy? Most in a season, most 3-pointers in a season, Steph Curry, 402. That was in the 2015-2016 season. Most in a game, 13. That was on November 7, 2016 as well. Tied for most in a single postseason, 98 in 2015. Safe to say is going to break that record before it's all over this postseason. Most 3-pointers, field goals in a series, 32. I was in the 2016 conference finals. And last but not the least, the one we just talked about, 9 in a finals single game. Anyone better than this guy, Ray Allen?
Definitely not. Definitely not. We've seen Reggie Miller, we've seen Ray Allen. Even his coach, Steve Kerr, was a top 3-point shooter. But you know, we've never seen anything like Curry.
Like this.
The ease from anywhere in the court. You know, he just does it and it goes in. So fantastic man. I think we should just we're seeing phenomenal players right now. LeBron James, Steph Curry. So let's enjoy the moment.
Let's enjoy the moment. Oh, I'm not sure these guys are enjoying the moment right now. I'm talking about the Cavs. LeBron James tried his best, wasn't good enough, and lost. And the coach as well to Tyronn Lue. Let's take their reactions after dropping Game 2 in Oakland.
I mean, it sucks to lose. It sucks when you go out there and you give it everything that you have, and and you prep and your mind is in it and your body is in it, and you come out on a losing end. But nothing would ever take the love of the game away from me. I think the competition is something I live for, something I wake up every day and train my body for and train my mind for. So, yeah, I mean, it sucks to lose, that's for sure, but it definitely won't stop me from, preparing, to be better the next day.
I was very proud of our guys, the way we competed in that third quarter, because we couldn't let go of the rope, down 13. But we came out and we fought. We kind of see some things offensively that work, so we got to just continue to keep capitalizing on that.